Going over to the Cultural Part podcast, you have Jeremy Boring stepping down from CEO of the Daily Wire after co-founding the company all those years ago. Now, a lot of people are speculating, why is he stepping down after all these years? Is because, they've lost some of their top talent. Candace Owens left about a year ago. Then Brett Cooper famously left like 3 to 4 months ago. And the comment section without Brett Cooper is crashing like a Boeing assembled airplane. Haha, I guess dark humor and, assembly joke. Assembly manufacturing joke. But let's see. This comes actually straight from Jeremy Boring's profile on X, and he says, quote, a new chapter. And there's a article from Axios, which I'll pull that up really quick. Credited to Sarah Fisher, who's right over there. And they say, quote, Jeremy Boring, the co-founder of the Daily Wire, is stepping down from his role as co-CEO to focus on creative project for the company, which obviously a bullshit answer or bullshit statement because he was already doing that for years. I mean, Lady Ballers was one of their biggest production films. Famously, he was the lead of that movie. He was the coach in that film. And he was it the Pendragon, Pinnacle, what do they call the other little pet project? I mean, he was leading that project as well. I mean, focused on creative projects. He's been doing that for a while. Famously, he was also the major talent in the commercial for the Jeremy's Razors, as well as for the Jeremy's Chocolates. I mean, he's gotten a lot of screen time. But they say, he's going to focus on that even more. Yeah, I'm not buying that reason. And they say, quote, why it matters. Boring has been at the Daily Wire since its inception in 2015. He helped grow the outlet from a tiny startup with $4.7 million in seed funding to the media giant valued at $1 billion, which, the Wilkes brothers, that's probably, of all their investments, that's probably the best one. And again, media is the biggest crapshoot in terms of investments, kind of like book publishing. 99.999, you're going to lose your money. Not financial advice. But most of them are losers, physically speaking, some good people. But most media endeavors, they crash and burn epically. Now, they say, what's the state of play? They note that Caleb Robinson, the company's co-founder, will become the company's full-time CEO effective immediately. Robinson and Boring have been co-CEOs since 2019. They note that Robinson co-founded the company alongside with Boring and the outlet's editor emeritus, Ben Shapiro. Now, they say in a note to the staff, Boring said he'll remain with the company in an advisory role, which, that's also a very nice bullshit term of I will get paid to do nothing or just be a figurehead that doesn't actually do much. And we've seen this from, it's no different than Fortune 500 companies when you have some subpar performance or you have some controversy where the CEO goes, they usually say the CEO is going to go spend more time with his family, which, it'd be hilarious if a CEO had the balls to just say, I messed up, I got fired. They would never say that. No one would do that. That'd be silly, but that's really what happens most of the time. But they say, that's the nice way of saying you're being escorted out of the company. Now they say that he will continue to host the Daily Wire Backstage Show, the company's monthly show featuring Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, and Andrew Klavan. He will focus full-time on creative projects, including the completion of Daily Wire's TV series, The Pendragon. So that's what it's called, The Pendragon Cycle, which I don't know anyone who watches it, but I have heard of it. So maybe it has some viability as a product. Maybe. And so he's going to focus on that, which he serves as director and executive producer. They note that Boring has led the Daily Wire's commercial expansion over the past decade, growing the outlet from a social media publishing brand to a streamer to e-commerce giant. So we'll see what the future is. And this went pretty viral, got about 750,000 views, as well as 4.1 thousand likes on his profile. One of the first comments is Julian Kondratsen saying, quote, Ben Shapiro watching people say Christ is king instead of sending money to Israel. And he's like, looks like an angry Amish kid. I don't know why they call it Ben. But nevertheless, I got 1.2 thousand likes. Tugboat to Sell says Nick won. Is that Nick's? Which Nick is that? Is that Fuentes? I think he's the most controversial, famous Nick out there. And they got 1.1 thousand likes. Jay Brown Nemo says, quote, Candace and Brett Cooper to the moon versus Jeremy Boring and Daily Wire, which is cratering. And they have little stock price ticker logos, which, statistically speaking, the Daily Wire, specifically the comment section without Brett Cooper, that channel's crashed to getting 12 to 13,000 views per video, which as an individual, that'd be awesome. For me, that'd be a personal record. As a business entity with 250 plus full-time employees, that's not sustainable as a channel. I don't think that'll be around much longer. That did get 364 likes. Cigars traveling, what the heck is this? Cigars / traveling / horse something. That's a long profile, but I guess you know what they do for hobbies. Says, didn't they figure out they can't gaslight MAGA anymore? Getting 654 likes. Adolph Washington says Israeli Wire down 6 million%, getting 500 likes. What's this? A lot of notes about Israel, which again, famously, Ben Shapiro is Israeli, or no, he wasn't born there, but his faith is Israeli, or Israel? No, Jewish. Getting the words mixed up today. Nevertheless, Joseph says, quote, I don't know. I think you and Shapiro really hurt your company. I used to subscribe, but there's no diversity of thought any there. And I feel like anyone acts out of line, they're gone, getting 248 likes, which, yeah, famously, Candace Owens was, shown the front door or the back door, or she was escorted out. She's no longer there. And a lot of people suspect it's because of her clashes of ideology. And one of the biggest controversial things, it's fascinating. Everyone freaks out about it. The topic of Israel, the Daily Wire famously, they have co-founders who are part of the company that's part of their faith as well as their background. And yeah, a lot of people on the show, in terms of political commentaries, Candace is more not supporting that initiative when it comes to funding and collaboration. And the closest they have in terms of not supporting Israel as a topic, or I guess as a country, that'd be Matt Walsh's. And Matt Walsh is very much in terms of politics and global relations. Matt Walsh is very much a fan of let's take care of America first. He never critiques it in a country though. So that's the most controversial opinion they have at the Daily Wire, where Matt Walsh doesn't want to he's very he doesn't want to interfere with other countries or, support or hurt it. He just wants to be, Matt Walsh is really pushing for the political philosophy of isolationism. Geez Louise. Click that subscribe button. It might help with my speaking impediment. When I first started the show, no subscribers, maybe my parents, but as I slowly but surely gain more subscribers, I've increased my speaking skills. Granted, some might argue it's just a statistical anomaly, barely anything at all. But, I used to stumble over my words worse than Joe Biden trying to climb upstairs and speak faster than Ben Shapiro trying to speak. So, statistically speaking, I would argue there's been an improvement as I got more subscribers, which fuels my theory. The more people that subscribe, the better I'll speak, and someday make it through an entire episode speaking and articulating perfectly. So if you do me a favor, click that button, tell your friends. Greatly appreciate it. Now, you also have Steve Bacali saying, quote, looks like someone, no, geez Louise, didn't suck deep enough. What did you do? Did you suggest it's a bad idea to go to war with Iran for Israel and Ben heard about it? Or did you defend Christianity? Getting 342 likes. Heather Ann says, Da Bombers. She has a picture of Candace Owens getting 18 likes. You have Alexandria Jacob saying, quote, am I reading this wrong? Is everyone not as obsessed with Daily Wire and Jeremy as I am? He isn't leaving the company. He's just stepping down as co-CEO and looking to take on a role in developing creative projects. So she's standing up for Jeremy, which, again, he was already doing that, though. It's to me, that's the biggest red flag. He wants to be more in the creative projects. Not only was he starring in those projects previously, but he's also leading them. So, and again, you don't get pushed out of a CEO position for nothing. Now, that did get 180 likes as well. Now, I can't help but think, Myron Gaines also says, more like new book, Daily Wire kicked you out, end of story, getting 826 likes, which, yeah. Yeah, if I were to guess or speculate as to what were the main reasons of why they're pushing him out, I think it was the comment section with Outbreak Cooper, that whole fiasco where, again, the way they handled it in the worst possible way, and the channel is by no means viable as a business. Granted, I know they get a lot of their money from the subscriptions from Daily Wire Plus, but the revenue for the Daily Wire on specifically the comment section channel has dropped so dramatically, it will not even cover the host's salary. Yeah, look, and remember, it's not just that one her during the show. She also has a makeup guy, or more likely a gal. She also has a producer. She has an editor. She has social media people. It's an entire team per show of the Daily Wire portfolio. And at this point, they got to be losing money on that channel. Whereas previously, when Brett Cooper was there, it was one of the most fastest successful channels on the YouTube. So I think that was probably one of the biggest contributing factors of why Jeremy Boring is, quote unquote, stepping back or stepping to the side to spend time with his family and creative projects. But I don't know, there's lots of people suspecting, did he treat his employees the best? There's been rumors for years about that. But let me know. We'll probably cover some more in-depth theories later this week. But let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.